Hello you guys, it's Auston Holleman back with another very honest video. You guys know I'm so honest. The goods, the bads, the do's, the don'ts is who I am. I never sugarcoat anything. And right now, I'm on my way to Kenya. I'm about to catch a flight. By the time this video goes up in the airs, I'll be in Kenya. Uh, I had a great 4.5 weeks. I think it's about 4.5 weeks I stayed here in Tanzania. I loved every day of it, no matter even the stuff that I didn't prefer. I still loved every day here. So far, this was my first time interacting with the locals this much in any country I've been to, and not just Americans when I go out. But this is my first time interacting with the locals this much, getting this much of a benefit. I benefited a lot in Brazil. You guys know that was my number one. Uh, but I think I benefited a lot here as well. I actually about to go to my tailor to pick up my clothes and switch my whole look up. So Tanzania did a great change in my mind for Africa and just for the rest of the world in general. But and by the way, after that I'm going to Uganda and then Rwanda and back to Tanzania. And I'm gonna go to Zanzibar and probably Arusha too, and then from there going to Madagascar, and we'll continue every 10 days going to a new country. Because I cannot fall off of that again. I got comfortable here and I spent a lot of time here. Now, speaking of going to Rwanda, Kenya, etc., etc., let's talk about the negative aspects of being in Africa. You guys have seen all the positive stuff I've said. Now, let me go ahead and give you some of the negative things. And I've spoke about a few of these things already. Number one, and these are not in order by severity, but number one, intercontinental flights are ridiculously expensive. You're paying basically U.S. prices. So for me to fly from Texas to Newark, New Jersey, I think cost me a little, almost 400 U.S. dollars when I did last June. For me to go from Tanzania to Kenya, it's about $140, but I booked a same day flight. Today said it was about $300. But if I wanted to go from here, Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to Angola, whatever that city was I was looking at, the beach city, the capital city, I believe it is too. The flight was over 500 US dollars for a one way. For a one way, over 500 US dollars. I think actually in Angola it might have been 800 US dollars. And to get to Madagascar, which is only 60 miles away, which will be an hour drive by car, even though I guess I could ride a boat there maybe. That flight is $500, and I gotta travel around the whole damn continent. I gotta go from here to Ethiopia to Madagascar. There's no direct flights to most of these neighboring countries for whatever reason. I don't know why. There's no direct flights going from country to country. I can't fly straight to Angola from here. I gotta go from here to Kenya, or here to Ethiopia, or here to South Africa, then to Angola. I don't know what is that about, but it's not that big of a deal. But it is a major inconvenience. But it's not nothing that would make me say, "Oh, I'm not gonna travel to Africa." I'm gonna do what I'm doing right now, which is travel around countries that do fly directly to each other. Like Kenya goes directly to Tanzania. Uganda and Kenya fly directly to each other, and Uganda to Rwanda. That's the best solution I have right now. So I'm gonna do Africa in certain portions. When I get to South Africa, I'll travel to Angola, Mozambique. Not in that order though. Another thing is there's a large number, not a large number, but there's something you have to watch out for when it comes to people here, and at least this city, Dar es Salaam, and that's people that smile in your face. And I've seen some people say this in my comments, and I had people that reached out to me on WhatsApp saying this. People that smile in your face and they give you a little, but in the long run, they want to extract a lot out of you. It's that equal amount of support and hate type of thing. Let me show him this. Let me get him used to this. Let me, hook him up with these girls. So that's giving him something, right? But on the back end, on the underhand, I'm slowly taking this money for this meal, this money for Uber, But in the end, I have a long-term goal that I want to get on this person. And as soon as I don't get it, I disappear. That could be found anywhere in the world, but I was already told that would happen to me when I came to Africa. And it did. So I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just saying, I'm just here to let y'all know that that's what happens. But people can't run game on me. I see it after day 2, day 1. I always know. But I'm like an FBI agent, right? I'm gonna help you break the law so I can arrest your ass later on. If I know you have some sort of ill intent towards me, I'm like, oh, okay. Let me sit back and watch and see how long this motherfucker's gonna do this. And yeah, and I'll play along with it. And then when it's time for me to get you, I got this long rap sheet that you can't come back from, just like the FBI does. Anyway, Uber in Africa, from what I heard, all of Africa, but I'm going to speak on Dar es Salaam because I've only been here so far, is a fucking nightmare. I recommend using Bolt when you come here. I noticed on Bolt, people do not call me looking at their map, hello, where are you at? I'm like, what do you mean where I'm at? Is this the right driver? Like, are you using the app? The app should tell you, the Uber app should tell you exactly where I'm at. Why are you calling me, asking me where I'm at? And then they say, where are you going? What do you mean, where am I going? Can you not see that? Don't you accept? I'm pretty sure Uber tells you where they're going, because if somebody wants to drive from here to Arusha, which is, I believe, like a 7-10 hour drive or something like that, you wouldn't accept that ride. So why are you calling me? And then when I get in the car, I gotta help you. A foreigner has to help you direct through your own country. Do I turn left here? I don't fucking know. I'm from the United States. You tell me. The GPS tells you. Anyway, that is some annoying shit. And I'm letting you know right now, using Uber, you're gonna deal with it daily. For some reason, Bolt, I don't know what's different about the app, but I don't think they've ever called me on Bolt to double check to make sure that they can see with their own eyes was real. I don't know. Common sense is not that common. This is not a huge issue, but for example, for me to get my Kenyan visa, my East African visa, by the way, which I recommend $100 for Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, a 90-day visa for all countries, so I don't have to get it again because I hate getting visas. But that required me to take a passport photo. It said use a white background or off-white background. Luckily, I was next to like this beige wall, so I asked the lady, "Can you take my picture? Just take a picture of my face." And the language barrier bullshit. No, no. There's sometimes that doesn't make that's not relevant. I said, take the picture. So she's scooting all the way back. I said, ma'am, no. I said, just my face right here. So then I'm looking at her do the camera like this. I'm like, what are you doing? Just take, literally, this isn't going on Instagram. Just take the picture. So then I'm like, here, let me see the phone. I'm gonna show you. And then I looked at the photo and she's taking pictures of the wall. And I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, take a picture of me. She's adjusting the brightness. I'm like, okay, maybe she doesn't know how to use it. Okay. I said, do this. Point it right here, only right here. Take the picture. I give her the phone again. Then she's like, do you want it just from the waist up? And I'm like, no, just the fucking face. What the hell? Finally, after many failed photos, she got it. And that's not everybody that I've ran into here, but I will say people that it's just a little basic, and it's not nothing. You don't have to go to school to know how to click to point the camera and click the button that I tell you. We're not gonna do that. Oh, they lack in education. No, I don't know what it is, but it was killing me. Now, last two things. Another thing. People that I was told by another Tanzanian are incompetent for the job that they have, or they just don't want to do their job. For example, when I tried to get my Kenyan visa, the payment system wasn't working for some reason. It wouldn't go through. It said I submitted the paperwork, but the payment system wouldn't go through. So I ended up going to the embassy because I really want to go to Kenya. I'm ready to get out of DAR. I've been here too long. You know, my content is getting a little dry. I need to switch some things up. The lady pretty much shooed us off. You know, no, no, no. You know, no. You need to call Kenya. You can't even call Kenya. Like that's, you know, I had to go put my on the phone, try to call them, and then the number she gave me was wrong. And I'm telling her like, hey, is there a way for me to pay here? No, no, no. There's no way for you to pay here. I walk outside. The dudes at the front said there is a way. So I'm like, why is she telling me otherwise? You know, there's little situations like that. Then I had to go to the other side, 10 minutes away, and I went into this hot room, and I paid for the visa. Then that guy tries to scam me for lunch money. I paid him, but then he's like, I come back and pay me. I want to get food. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, well, I didn't do that anyway. But then I get back up there, and they're closed. But then I get an email saying that my visa was accepted. But long story short, even the Tanzanian I had with me said that the girl just didn't want to do her job. And I noticed there's a lot of people, you go into a restaurant, they're just sitting on their phone, not really doing no work. And then you're like, hey, I'm here. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm here. I want to order. I'm like, oh, so you, what do you, why are you at work today? You not going to take orders for the restaurant? Whatever. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is Americans. It seems like I told you guys I don't like expats. I don't like expats. But I will say things Americans in the Asian countries were a little more prompt. There's this thing called colored people time. And they also have a thing called Swahili people time, which Swahili people times mean if you book something for 1 o'clock, they won't show up until 3 or 4. Which, when it comes to business, that's not good at all. But the Americans have started to adopt those kind of things where when I come to do certain collaborations, people are just bullshitting. And one thing I can say that America taught me was everything is on time, everything has to be right. You know, we're serious about business. And then I come over here and I'm like, yo, like, let's hurry the fuck up. Like, I don't have all day to be over here. You know, let's quit goofing off during this interview. You know, what? Be serious, goddammit. This is for my channel. Now, I don't know what's that about, but that just happens. Let me know what you guys think. Am I being too critical? Am I being too critical? I don't give a damn. I'm not too critical. I'm honest. If you guys enjoyed that video, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment on your thoughts, your experiences, what you think. If you really support this content, my Cash App is $Auston PayPal austonholleman@gmail. Make sure you guys turn on the notification bell and stay tuned because after this video, I'll be dropping my first day in Kenya video. And one of the Kenya girls, Crystal, I believe is how she wants her name to be said. Crystal, I call her Crystal. Crystal will be reunited with me. We'll be doing more content together while I'm there. So stay tuned. It's that good.